Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Dallas, Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Cowboys and the entire NFC East. Rumors are swirling around that Dallas might be making a bold move to bolster their offensive line. And the name at the center of this speculation is none other than Quentin Nelson, the rock-solid guard from the Indianapolis Colts. That's right, the same Nelson who has been a cornerstone of the Colts' offensive line and a perennial Pro Bowler. The chatter suggests that Dallas is eyeing him, and the potential trade could be a blockbuster. Imagine this, a third-round pick plus a swap of picks with Indianapolis, with the Colts managing their cap space post-Richardson, and the Cowboys strengthening their offensive front at a critical juncture of the season. If you're a Cowboys fan, you know how much the offensive line has been a topic of concern this year. Injuries to Tyler Smith, who's been battling an ankle issue, and Zach Martin, who's been nursing a shoulder injury, have left the line a bit shaky. Adding a player of Nelson's caliber could be exactly what the doctor ordered. At 29 years old, Nelson is still playing at an elite level. His recent stats from 2025 are nothing short of impressive. In just 10 games, he's graded a 87. 2 by PFF for pass blocking, allowing just 2 sacks, which is incredible for an interior lineman. His run-blocking grade sits at 85. 4 with a win rate of 92%. That's the kind of consistency the Cowboys need to protect Dak Prescott and open up those rushing lanes for Pollard, who's been making the most of his opportunities. Throughout his career, Nelson has established himself as one of the most dominant guards in the league. Over 105 games, he's maintained an average PFF grade of 89.1, earned 6 Pro Bowl selections, and been named an All-Pro 3 times. His ability to prevent sacks, allowing just 12 so far in his career, combined with his run-blocking prowess, makes him a true anchor on any line. When you look at his impact on the ground game, Nelson's interior pressure allowance is just 8%, which translates into a massive 180-plus yards gained on ground plays that might have otherwise been lost. That's comparable to what Jason Kelce brought to the Eagles in 2025, boosting their run efficiency by around 15%. And with no major injuries in 2025, Nelson has been a durable force, playing 100% of the snaps and staying healthy since 2022. Now, why would the Colts, who are sitting at an impressive 8-2 record and boasting an offense that scores an average of 32. 1 points per game, consider trading a player of Nelson's caliber? Well, it all comes down to cap management and roster flexibility. Reports suggest that Indianapolis might be looking to free up some cap space, around $25 million, to enhance their secondary, which is a position they're targeting for upgrades. The Colts are probably cautious about making a big move, but their management is also open to strategic trades that can help them build for the future. Think of it like the Chiefs trading for Thuney last year. Sometimes, a change is necessary to keep the team flexible and competitive. So what would be the impact of adding Nelson to the Cowboys? First, it would solidify the interior of the offensive line, giving Dak Prescott much-needed protection and stability. With Nelson anchoring the right guard spot, we could see sacks reduced from around 28 to about 18, a significant improvement. That translates into more time in the pocket, more opportunities for Prescott to find his receivers, and a boost in the overall efficiency of the offense. In fact, analysts project that Nelson's presence could increase the Cowboys' points per game from roughly 29.6 to nearly 38, while also improving their EPA per run by 20%. That's a huge deal because it directly impacts the game plan, allowing Dallas to be more balanced and unpredictable. And let's talk about matchups. Nelson's addition would create mismatches against some of the league's best defensive fronts, especially in the playoffs. His presence could help Dallas neutralize pass rushers and create more space for Tony Pollard, who's been averaging 4.2 yards per carry this season. With better protection, Pollard could push that number even higher, possibly reaching 4.8 yards per attempt, which is exactly what Dallas needs to keep the chains moving. That would elevate their third down conversion rate from 42.7% to closer to 48%, giving the offense more sustained drives and more scoring opportunities. Plus, with the added stability on the line, Dallas could extend their possession time, control the clock better, and keep opposing offenses off the field. Now, looking ahead to Super Bowl XL, the odds of Dallas making it there could get even better with Nelson on the roster. Currently, the Cowboys are seen as strong contenders, but if they add a player of Nelson's caliber, their chances increase significantly. The betting odds might shift from plus 600 to plus 350, making them even more attractive to bettors and fans alike. His impact against tough defenses like Tampa Bay's front, which has been generating a lot of pressure this season, could be the X factor that pushes Dallas over the edge. Protecting Dak better and giving Pollard more running room could be the key to unlocking the full potential of this team in the postseason, especially with the playoffs approaching fast. Of course, all of this is still speculation for now. The NFL is a league of surprises, and trades like this don't happen overnight. But the logic behind it makes a lot of sense. The Cowboys have the cap space, the draft picks, and the desire to push for another Super Bowl. Adding Nelson would send a strong message that Dallas is all in on making this season special. It's a move that could redefine their offensive line, bolster their championship chances, and send shockwaves through the NFC East, leaving their rivals scrambling to keep up. For Cowboys fans, this is exactly the kind of bold move we've been waiting for, a clear statement that Dallas is ready to compete at the highest level, especially with the big games on the horizon. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look at the bigger picture, this potential trade reflects the Cowboys' ongoing strategy of building a deep, talented roster capable of handling the pressures of playoff football. Dallas has already shown resilience this season, bouncing back from injuries and tough losses, and adding a player like Nelson could be the final piece to elevate their game to Super Bowl caliber. The offensive line has long been a point of concern, but with Nelson, it could transform into a strength. And if the team's offense becomes more consistent and explosive, it might just be enough to get over the hump and bring another Lombardi home. Moreover, this move would send a message to the rest of the league. The Cowboys are serious about contending. It would energize the fan base, boost team morale, and give Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, and the entire offense a new level of confidence. It would also make defensive coordinators think twice when scheming against Dallas because, with a fortified line, the Cowboys could become one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC. Plus, it would be a statement to their division rivals that Dallas is not just content with being good. They want to be champions again, and they're willing to make the tough moves to do it. In the end, whether or not this trade materializes, it's clear that the Cowboys are in a prime position to make a serious run. The season has been filled with ups and downs, but a move like this could push them into that next gear. The fact that such a high-caliber player as Nelson might be available is cause for excitement and cautious optimism. Dallas has the pieces, the talent, and the fan support to make a deep playoff run, and maybe, just maybe, this could be the move that seals their destiny. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.